Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's third and final video. We're going to have a look at the weather for next week's 10 days. For today's third and final video, day 10, will take us to the 21st of February, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that. It's GFS and ECM ensembles, because maybe I'm trying to good weeks. Have a look at the CFS, sorry everybody, have a look at the CFS picture at the end of the video for March. So I'll go on that for you in a moment. Just say the first video, say was our 6 AM upload, and we'll also release a 10 to 14 day. Please like, share, subscribe on those videos, check them out, you know, and do all of the good stuff. Thank you so much, everyone. For doing that, I hope you're having a lovely, lovely Friday. Okay, so we begin having a look at the temperature at 10 HPA in the stratosphere over the North Pole. So the black line shows where we currently are, with temperatures at 10 HPA set against the trend, which should be lifting up at this time of year. We should be seeing temperatures warming up in the stratosphere at this time of the year. Actually, we're staying very close, around minus 70 at the moment in terms of temperatures at 10 HPA. Going to 30 HPA, look at this, we're still extremely cold, a little bit lower to the troposphere. We're hovering around minus 85. We should be somewhere in the middle of February around minus 65. So we're like 20 degrees below average or something at 30 HPA. Very, very cold stratosphere. Of course, that keeps the polar vortex going. It keeps the zonal westerlies churning away with you know, the cold temperatures like the fuel that drives the polar vortex and whatnot. So I'm going to get a stratospheric warming before this winter's done. Let's see what latest GFS is suggesting. So these blue colours, these are the cold temperatures we've got at 10 HPA over the Arctic and over the North Pole as well. No real changes other than a little bit of a warming taking place over Siberia. As we go into the more extended range, we do start to see signs of what could be a rather significant warming of the stratosphere there, right at the very end of the GFS 6Z run. That gets 27th of February, so really long way out, but there is a bit of a warming beginning to start appearing there over, you know, over southern parts of Russia by that point. So possibly we get some stratospheric warming at some point in the next few weeks, but there's certainly no sign of it in the next couple of weeks. This is really extended range, you know, 27th of February, it's a long way out, it's unreliable and whatnot. So within the reliable time frame, there's no sign of any warming of stratosphere, never mind, it's southern stratospheric warming. Right, so centering temperature is still looking very mild. We're standing at 7.2. That's 3 degrees below average. That is provisional to the 10th of February, yesterday. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles the next couple of weeks. On Leeds today, so the red line, it's a 30-year upper air temperature average for Leeds. We're starting off a little bit below average at the moment. They're going to lift up and become rather milder as we go into the next few days and into part of next week as well. Later next week, rather on the cooler side and just close to average or rather mild really as we go on into extended range. What you can say is it's looking more unsettled though, relatively dry for the next couple of days, maintaining increasingly unsettled anytime around the 13th of February onwards. You know, with loads and loads and loads of rainfall spikes coming through at that point. So it does look as though we're in for some pretty unsettled weather through the second half of February. But as too many temperatures are concerned, they're close to average or rather on the mild side. Really does go very mild there around the middle part of next week at the moment, close to average and rather closer to average really as we go into the extended range as well. Snow for Leeds, sorts like that. A little bit more promising maybe around the 19th to 21st of February and then again perhaps towards month's end, but certainly nothing doing in the next week or so. Temperature anomalies from the 11th to 19th of February are milder than average. Precipitation anomalies from the 11th to 19th of February are wetter than average, especially in central northern areas. Latest info map from earth.nullschool.net shows that we're drawing in southwesterly winds with high pressure centred somewhere over northern parts of France. We're going to be having low pressure over the weekend, and that carries on into part of next week. So this is midnight on Monday, deep low pressure over top of the country, and further low pressure wrapped in through right way into the extended range, which gets us to midnight on Friday, looking mild, wet and windy at that point. Icon is looking like this, again deep low pressure right over top of the country on the midnight on Monday, and we go through next week and just an onslaught. We've talked about this in videos a lot lately. Atlantic will be unleashed next week, bringing wet, windy, at times perhaps in quite stormy weather. This is how the GFS midnight run is looking. Again, low pressure is over the country on Monday and more low pressure driving through all the way up to the very end, which gets us to the 27th of February with high pressure to our east, low pressure is out to the west. And yeah, up and coming those very mild southwesterly winds once more. The 6Z is all much of a muchness. Again, it's just low pressure being unleashed. We've talked about it in the videos over the past few days. You know, just regular bouts of low pressure winds remaining from west-southwest all of the time. So it stays mild, but it stays Atlantic driven. So there'll be further spells of rain. GEM, again, looking unsettled as we go through next week. Again, just regular bouts of wind and rain all the way up to day 10 and mild with winds from a west or a southwesterly direction. And then the ECM once more has that low pressure over the country for the early part of next week, and further wet and windy weather sweeping in off the Atlantic all the way up to day 10, which gets us to Monday the 21st of February. We have bouts of rain and strong winds coming in from the west. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tometeo.com. Lots of rain bands to come. There will be snow at times over high ground in the north. Those northern areas could get some snow, and maybe a little bit further southwards there around the 20th of February. But overall, the snow is restricted to higher ground in the north. Southern areas always getting spells of rain. These are the options on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10, which will get us to the 21st of February. So 21 members of the ECM ensembles will have low pressure below average heights over to the north of the country, high pressure to our south, winds coming in from a flat westerly direction. 20, again, including the control and the operational run, with low pressure to our north, high pressure to our south, winds again coming in from that mild westerly direction. 10, again, with low pressure, way to the northwest, high pressure to the south-southwest, and winds are coming in west-southwest direction. It's all coming off the Atlantic, but it's relatively mild and you know, relatively mild, unsettled for northern areas, always a little bit drier in the south. In 2 weeks' time, this is the option we've got. Gets us 26th of February, 51 out of 51 members, all of them of the ECM ensembles there, with low pressure to our north, high pressure to the south, and winds remaining from that west or southwesterly direction. Lastly, CFSV2, these are 500 millibar heights broken down into, no they're not, this is the CFSV2 700 millibar height anomaly for March, showing above average heights ridging in from the Atlantic into western and also to northern parts of Europe, with low pressure up to our north, jet streams pushing northwards as well. There'll be loads of high pressure involved in the weather in March, if that's right, and it will be a dry, very mild, if not quite warm, and spring-like month. The temperature anomaly is above average in those red colours, which on the temperature scale 1 to 2 degrees above normal, and precipitation anomalies are wet of an average away to the northwest, dry of an average away to southwest, and near normal precipitation for the rest of the country. A very spring-like March and a warm, mild, very mild, you know, and quite warm March coming up, if that is right, with the Azores High, bringing loads of fine weather. Right, so we're done with today's video. So if you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, make sure you sub to the channel. Thank you so much everybody for doing that, and don't forget to tell your friends and family about GavsWeatherVids. It's amazing, it's incredible. Thank you so much for doing that. Right, so tomorrow we're going to have a 6 AM upload. We'll have weekend broadcast and 10 to 14 day. Please keep checking back to the channel for more. But for today's content, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.